So I just wasted 20 minutes trying to do this video on StreamYard, trying to screen share. I want to do something a little bit different, but did all that just for it to tell me that the file size was too large. So I guess I'm doing it on my phone now. But anyways, welcome to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I'm the Stone Mando, or you can call me Cody. Doesn't matter to me. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at and talking about my opinions and thoughts on the previous PulseCon reveals from 9/13, which was just this past Friday. Today is Sunday. I actually just got done watching out of the basement boys live stream. It was just Justin and he had on Zooboy and some other fellas. And just going to get on into it. We're going to talk about Bacara here. And he looks fantastic. I mean, he's got the extra straps and the shoulder pad here, extra deco on his helmet. He looks fantastic, man. They nailed it with the color, that purplish kind of like almost burgundy color, more purple, periwinkle color. It looks fantastic. As they stated out, I just said I was watching Out of the Basement's Lazy Sunday live stream. People are pointing out that he's missing 2 dots over the right side of his visor. That's a nitpick, but it is what it is. The one thing that this figure actually is missing, in my opinion, is a wash. But, you know, getting them clean, I'm fine with that. I'd rather get them clean than getting some kind of like wacky photo reel or half-assed wash just on the front and nothing on the back. So it's a really good-looking figure. It's super awesome to finally have more Revenge of the Sith figure. It's just nice to see that Revenge of the Sith logo in the pipeline back when, man. And then we got the soft goods comma. Looks fantastic. Got some really cool crouching poses. Obviously, I have my picture somewhere right here, but this crouching pose is awesome. Probably would be a little more difficult with the harder sculpted plastic. But yeah, Bacara looks great, man. Can't wait to get him in hand and get him on the clone shelf. It's gonna look awesome, man. So hopefully, with this being the direction we're going, more prequel focused content and like figures, hoping now we can get some Galactic Marines, man, because that is probably one of my favorite clone designs, other than just the plain Phase 2 armor. The Galactic Marine is just so dope. Give us that purple with the snowtrooper looking, like, it just looks so badass, man. So, just second on, I'm going to just jump to Prince Caesar. And once again, man, a very good looking figure. The purple and the gold contrast so well. I didn't play any of the Heir to the Empire games or read the books or comics or anything, so I don't really have any connection to this character. However, his species, which I forget the name of, actually is in the Clone Wars working in the Black Sun Syndicate with Darth Maul. So, pretty cool. I could see people getting him and just throwing him in the Clone Wars area of your shelf. Or a lot of people are big fans of Heir to the Empire stuff and big Legends content consumers. So, I'm happy for y'all that y'all are getting this. This is dope, and it's a good-looking figure. Very cool sculpting. The photo reel looks great. Face sculpt is awesome. Like I said about the purple and the gold, the contrast is just... It contrasts very well. He comes with a staff. New sculpt head to toe. Well, except for it technically is a new sculpt. They actually just pointed this out in the Lazy Sunday live stream. It looks to be his legs, and I'll try to post that one here too. His legs are actually reused from the brand new Farm Boy Luke, which we'll get to here in just a second as well. But in my opinion, that's a smart way to do reuse, man. And I'm fine with it, man. If they need to get a couple more cents and dollars out of that mold, let them, dude. It doesn't bother me at all. But Prince Caesar, not going to stay stuck on him very long. It's a very good-looking figure. He looks awesome. But next on, let's just jump in. Let's get into Leia, because I was really excited to see her. Once again, got her in the new packaging. Looks great. New face sculpt, new sculpt head to toe, or actually, come to find out, maybe not the legs, but I'll get to that in a minute. Mostly brand new sculpt, mostly head to toe. It does come with a hard plastic hood that fits over her Leia buns, which is really fucking cool. Comes with a Defender pistol and I believe what is an E11 with a little bit of paint there, a little bit of silver paint. Always cool to see paint on weapons in the Black Series. They've gotten away from that over the past couple of years, but she looks fantastic, man. And one thing that I'm going to bring up real quick, I also throw this picture up right here. The legs that they have right here are double jointed, but it looks as if they photoshopped the pins out. And I would say it could just be because it's a 3D rendering. The only problem with that is we've seen this before. There's been promo pics where it has double joints and there's no pins, and then we get it in hand and there is pins. So they're definitely photoshopping the pins, which is a little bit scummy in my opinion. But it looks to be the same reuse from the Archive Leia, which in my opinion is not all that bad. I actually like the Archive Leia, but now that we have this one, this is levels above, dude. The hard sculpted plastic instead of the soft goods, which, like I said, is not bad on that Archive Leia somewhere over here. The hood will now actually sit around her head appropriately and lay on her around her skull the right way it's supposed to. And the hard sculpted plastic, it just looks really good, man. It looks solid. It looks very, very good. So I'm excited. The likeness is superb. That looks just like Carrie. They did Carrie justice with this figure. It is a beautiful, beautiful face sculpt with some very justified photoreal. And getting on to probably my most anticipated figure of the reveals, and this is the Commando droid, man. And he looks fantastic. If I'm looking off camera because I'm actually looking at my laptop, my computer. He looks fantastic, man. The sculpting is incredible. I love the gray metal to that kind of brownish green. Like I like the two tones and from the limbs to the joints, like in the elbows and the ankles and the knees and the shoulders. Also looks to be some very, very high access ball joints in the shoulders, kind of similar to the Super Battle Droid that we just got this year. But they kind of protrude a little more, which makes me think that we're going to get even more articulation out of those open ball joints, shoulder joints. So that's pretty cool, man. This is definitely a very agile droid. It's basically an assassin droid, so it's like a ninja, the way it jumps on walls and like crawls around. So it's a very agile droid, so it should be able to be highly articulated. The paint looks great. There's a little bit of weathering on here that is actually very appropriate looking. It's not too much. It's just enough where this is less is more applies to the weathering on this figure. The one thing that I was bummed out about, now when we were earlier this year when we were getting the Droidica and the Super Battle Droid, a lot of us collectors and enthusiasts, including myself, were speculating like, man, it's only going to be a matter of time before we get the Commando Droid. And sure enough, he is here, thankfully. And people were talking about, there's a lot of speculation whether we were going to get the Vibrosword, whether or not. And our hopes and prayers have been answered, and we do have the Vibrosword. And it looks, I'm glad we have it, but it looks a little plain. There's not a lot of paint on it. And like I said, I have the pictures up right here. There's not a lot of paint on it, which is disappointing, man, because if you look at Clone Wars, the sword is actually like a slate gray or black color, and then the blade itself has a very almost vibrant energy look to it. So definitely see getting this in hand and doing putting a little bit of a wash on it and trying to mess around with some paint just to make it better. But sculpt looks incredible, man. The eyes, the proportions look good. The paint looks on point. Just very cool to finally be getting some CIS representation. And for now, I just pre-ordered one-off Big Bad. Same with Bacara. I could definitely see myself getting 3 or 4 of these on my shelf, but I'm just going to get one for now and see how he stands. Hopefully he will stand very well, because the Super Battle Droid that we just got, the Commando Droid's legs look a little bit thicker, similar, not as thick as the Super Battle Droid, but I think that'll help with the stability of him being able to stand and the balance of him just being able to pose. So only time will tell. We'll see, unless Landspeeder Luke gets it in 3 months, 4 months, and gives us a review to show us it does or doesn't stand well. Like I said, if this does stand well, I could definitely see myself getting 2 or 3 more of these. It looks fantastic, but we'll just have to wait and see, man. But I am really, really stoked for that. That is probably my most anticipated, and that reveal got me the most excited. And TVC actually got some stuff too. They actually got a Clone Wars Anakin, which is, I'm happy for them. Good for y'all. We didn't get Anakin, but we also got the one-armed dude from not Fallen Order, from Jedi Survivor. I played Fallen Order, but I didn't play Survivor. And that character, I don't have any connection to, so I just don't think I'm going to pick it up. So I didn't think I would cover it. That's the main thing I focus on, is stuff that's interesting to me and that appeals to me. But it is a good looking figure. I'll say that it's a good looking figure. And now moving with the momentum after Leia and the Commando Droid, we have the brand new Farm Boy Luke Skywalker. And this is levels above the Power of the Force one that we have now. I have him somewhere right here with that really poofy TP soft goods look. It's just that tunic is just, it's not a good look. It's very goofy and wonky looking. And that photo is never mind. I'm sorry, it does not have pre-photo real, and the face sculpt is just terrible. It looks nothing like Mark Hamill at all. That being said, the upgrades that we do have, that being pinless joints and probably hopefully some butterfly joints, the face sculpt is not that good. For this to be, I get they were trying to go for a babyface Luke Skywalker. This is before they filmed Empire Strikes Back in 1980, and Mark Hamill got in that really bad car accident. They had to reconstruct his face, plastic surgery and stuff. But the hair looks good. I'll say that. The hair, the texture, the wash that they gave on the hair really pulls out the texture and shows depth. So the sculpt of the hair looks really good, but it needs to be more of a blonde color. It needs to be a little bit more golden, whereas this is more brown. But everything else about the figure is great, but the face, it's just, once again, Hasbro can just not get Mark Hamill's likeness down. I don't know what it is. He does have a very unique looking face, but they just can't seem to get his facial features down, man. But it does look really good, I'll say that. And you can see probably from here, as earlier, like you can see the legs look very similar to Prince Xizor. It's reuse, smart reuse, like I said. But it's cool that they're actually getting reused already, and they haven't even like released the figure, and they're already reusing. Some people are gonna talk mad fucking shit, but I don't fucking care. So, yeah, Luke looks fantastic. It comes with, of course, his father Anakin's lightsaber, and he's got the binocs. The hard sculpted plastic looks so much better, so much better. One more thing I wanted to point out about Prince Xizor, I like the hybrid use they have of the soft goods with the hard sculpted plastic, kind of similar to the brand new Darth Sidious we got this year. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of sculpting on that Prince Xizor, man. He looks fantastic. And I talked about the Commando droid, talked about Leia, Luke, talked about Dagan, whatever his name is. One more thing, so also what happened this Friday during Hasbro PulseCon is the STAP went up for sale and not for pre-order, but in stock for sale. So supposedly around 8,000 to 9,000 were posted on Friday, and there's been 4,000 sold, and there's about 4,800 left supposedly. So I definitely want to pick up one or two of these. I would like to get 3, but $50 a pop, that makes it a little bit harder for me, just because I have bills and other stuff. I gotta make sure this roof over my wife's house. Me and her have to make sure our bills are straight, and then this comes. Collecting comes after. But them being $50 a piece, which in my opinion is actually a fair deal, man. Because if you think about it, you're getting a $25 battle droid, and to me, I would pay $25 just for the STAP. So, and you're getting the stand that's coming on with some slight weathering. It's a brand new sculpt. I could see how they could have passed it for $45, but $50 to me is fair. So I definitely am going to try to snag 2 or 3 of these. Probably just 2. I'll be happy to get 1. I'll be ecstatic to get 2, but 3 would be perfect. So I'll leave it at that. It's cool that it comes with the stand. It just went for pre-order to the general public around 5. Went up at 4 for Pulse Premium members. So very cool, man. We got to show up for these prequel vehicles, dude. I have a Blood Fan. If you didn't see my review on that, go check it out. I'd really appreciate it. But I plan on any kind of prequel vehicle that they plan on coming out with, I'm going to support it and buy it. I'm going to support it, vote on it with my wallet. But that is pretty much all the reveals, y'all. Like I said, TVC got some stuff. They got a cool Streets of Tatooine playset that looks really badass, I'm not going to lie. But I just kind of like to cover the stuff that I plan on buying and that really intrigued me, at least. So a lot of fire reveals coming out of PulseCon this past Friday, man. One more thing I will throw in there. The Armorer is getting her helmet put into production, and I'm not that big on that character. She's very cool. Cool design. The helmet looks dope. She has a crucial character to the Mandalorian. But I just don't have enough connection with that character or like the design enough to get the $120, $30 helmet, and it takes up a lot of space, but if you do, kudos to you. It's coming. It looks badass. I'm not going to lie. The horns look great. Very clean, like silver-looking paint. The kind of goldish, rusted patina look that they have on the helmet looks good. The visor is very sleek-looking. Yeah, a lot of cool reveals from PulseCon this past Friday. But that is pretty much it. I do want to mention one thing to y'all real quick. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, me and Hyperdrive are going to be doing a lot. Sorry, I'm distracted on my trying to close this stuff on my laptop. Me and my buddy Hyperdrive Collections are going to be doing our second episode of our show, The Stoned and Hyper Show. So we would really like to see you all there on our second episode. We're going to introduce 4 new segments. One being Bantha Bargains or Toydarian Swindles. And that's going to basically be where we talk about the pricing of the Black Series. As we know, the price hikes have gone up. You know, it used to be $20, now they're $25 for standard. Then you got deluxes, $35. Then you got exclusives and play sets and stuff like that. So kind of talk about, like, is this figure set a Bantha bargain or is it a Toydarian Swindler? Just the right price or too much, overrated? Then we're going to do something called a chop shop, which is kind of more of Hyper's idea, but he's kind of inspired me and motivated me to start getting into making some dioramas. I'm going to start gathering materials here very soon. But yeah, a segment called Chop Shop where we're going to talk about our current or previous projects, dioramas, or custom figures we're working on, or just give us a chance to talk about that or whatever. And then another one that I kind of came up with that I thought would be a fun little quirky way to talk about our recent pickups. You know, Black Series Cantina, if you're watching this, you probably watch these other channels too, but Black Series Cantina, they have fine editions. Out of the Basement Boys have recent pickups. And then the guys over at Figure Ball, they have Snaggletooth Snags. And I was thinking, like, it would be kind of cool to do, like, our recent pickups and call it Bantha Bargains. I pitched it to Hyperdrive, and it kind of took a shape of its own, and it kind of turned into a whole other segment. So I kind of got the idea. I thought of this when I first started my channel about 9-10 months ago for a segment called, you know, like Treat Yourself, but Treat Your Shelf. I know it's super cheesy, and I feel goofy as fuck saying it, but, like, it's just fun, and it's just a quirky way so we can show not only me and Hyper, but our audience as well can talk about their recent pickups or grabs or whatever. I just thought it would be a lot of fun, and like I said, just a play on words, a quirky way to talk about what our recent pickups. You know, just did a review on The Last Ronin, Michelangelo right here, so go check that out. I really appreciate it. My first NECA figure ever. This is a kind of like part for my Treat Yourself segment, but yeah, just so that we were just kind of playing around with ideas. We're gonna see how it goes, but we're gonna, as always, we're gonna talk about Star Wars and the Black Series. So we would love to see y'all there. And we had, like I said, we had a really good time on our first episode, and engaging with some of our subscribers and fans and supporters. That being Timbo Toys, Brian, Lazy Jawa, Why So Serious, man, all you guys that were joining into our first episode, we really appreciate it. We look forward to doing it again. So be on the lookout for that. But that's all I got for this video. I wanted to try to save my thoughts for the live stream. That's 2 weeks away, and these reveals were too fire. I don't think I could wait 2 weeks to talk about them. But that's all I have. Those were the reveals for PulseCon. Be on the lookout. Less than 2 weeks away, me and Hyper are going to be doing our second live stream, episode number 2 of the Stone and Hyper Show. So check that out. We'd love to see you there. Love to talk to you. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's all I got for you, man. I hope y'all are all having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. May the Force be with you.